Seems like a nice day for a ride. Thinking about taking out the wife's bike and checking it out. We got this about a few weeks back, and it's just pretty much been chilling in the garage. I don't have any experience with riding cruisers whatsoever, so this should be kind of interesting to say the least. I finally starting to get a little bit of my sea legs back as far as the dirt bike goes. It's been years since I've been on one of those, and just not really used to riding in dirt. I've been on the crotch rocket now for a couple years, and before that, that little 390 Duke. So I enjoy everything about that crotch rocket, to be honest. 636 has been one of my favorite bikes. There's only a couple things I think that I had talked about previously, like when you're riding in town, having your hands kind of folded back, like in a little bit more of an extreme push-up angle. Not the most comfortable for your wrists, but on long straight shots where I can just kind of tuck down and ride, extremely comfortable. When we got this bike, I think I rode it all of like 15 feet, but it was way too dark for me to travel down a busy highway on a bike that I had no experience with. So today my curiosity is just how much do I actually enjoy the cruiser? Will I enjoy it? Or am I just going to stick to crotch rockets and hopefully get the wife her permanent license and take her to a couple of courses so that way she can be more proficient. Couple things that I'd like to change about her bike already is I'd like to get those roll bars in the front for her should the bike accidentally dump, that way it doesn't land on her leg. And then maybe even saddlebags so that way she has a place to store things like the registration, you know, and if she just decides to go to the store for something small real quick, she can. But at any rate, let's get this thing fired up, warmed up, and go for a little spin. Sounds good, huh? So overall, kind of a fun little adventure. You know, it was kind of fun getting out of the house, hitting the road with the wife's bike for the first time. Just kind of took it around the neighborhood for like a 1 mile trip just to kind of get a feel for the foot positioning, okay, because that's way different than I'm used to. Like with on the crotch rocket, you're more kind of like the sitting in the lazy boy is basically how I could put it. I'm not used to having my feet far forward like that and then shifting with my feet forward. I'm used to having them tucked up underneath me. Even on like on the dirt bike, my feet are pretty much straight down, like right underneath me and slightly tucked back. So having my feet in front, that was kind of indifferent, but it was an enjoyable cruise. Leaning into the turns, body positioning, everything else like that was pretty much on par or similar to what I would do with like my Kawasaki. So in that regards, I was like, oh, okay. Slow maneuvering, this thing is a heavyweight, man. This thing is heavy. Trying to just turn at slow speeds, like to get going or to make that initial turn getting onto the road, it's way different. With my crotch rocket, it's so much more nimble and easier to manipulate, I guess, but maybe that's just because I have more experience riding it and being on it, and I got used to doing a little bit more slower speed maneuvering on it, and this was the first ride out with the 2020 Shadow. But put 13 solid miles on it. Didn't want to put too many miles on it. Really want the wife to be able to break it in, so when she gets her permit, she can actually enjoy the first handful of miles of the bike, of her bike, before we have to do a service on it. And then I think the first service is due at 700 miles. Interestingly enough, with the Kawasaki, so I've had that about 1 year exactly, really, or just a hair over a year. I bought it in December of last year. It's a 2017 model. And I've only put 1,000 miles on it, so I don't ride a lot. I ride when I want to ride, usually on the weekends, and weather dependent, of course. You know, if there's monsoon or flash floods, obviously I'm not going to ride. And then it's been a relatively chilly, but today was a beautiful day, so I actually took all 3 bikes out. I'll throw a little clip at the end of this video when we're done talking, and then that way you guys can kind of see the other 2 bikes kind of in action, so to speak. But getting back to the Cruiser, man, I enjoyed it. I really did. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it. It was very quiet, actually. I thought it'd be a lot louder than it was initially just because of how it started up, but once you got riding, I could barely hear it. So, I don't know. For me, being more of a crotch rocket kind of guy, I enjoyed riding on this Cruiser today. That's pretty much all I can say about that. Night and day difference though, if you're thinking about getting a bike. I hear a lot of people that said, oh, I think I want to start off on dirt before I start off on street. To be honest, it's a lot harder to manage a bike in dirt than it is on the street. I mean, you don't have that hard surface going for you. And so turning and the way that you manipulate the bike and even body positioning is going to be way different. You'll see motocross racers where they stick their leg out and stuff like that before they get ready to turn. You wouldn't do that on a street bike or a crotch rocket. You're going to be more tucked in, body position. Just watch MotoJitsu, okay? I'll put the link to his channel down below. I don't know all the ins and outs. I watch his channel religiously for all my motorcycle training needs. So if you haven't already checked out my boy Greg, make sure to go down below and click on his YouTube channel. It'll take you over there. And congratulations, Greg, if you are watching this video. He's nearing 200,000 subscribers. That's amazing. I just brought him up the other day. In fact, I thought he was around the 150 mark, but he's getting real close to the 200,000 mark. So that's awesome, dude. And I thought it was really cool when he got his Google Play button too. I'm very happy for Greg. I've known him for a couple years now. So really good guy. He's actually in the Southern California region too. He's down in the San Diego area. But he's really good people to know. So make sure to check him out and share your support. That's all I got for today's video, guys. Hey, look, I hope you guys enjoyed today's content. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you didn't, smash the thumbs down. Share if you want to share. And I'll say cheers, deuces, and if you stick around, you'll see me kind of messing around with the other bikes.